Welcome to the Network Build Grow podcast, the show where business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals share their stories, lessons learned, and powerful strategies for building relationships and growing their circle of influence. With Melissa Taylor, your host, each week we'll bring you actionable insights to help you build a better network and a better business. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to the NBG Podcast. We are here today with Kristin Clark from Kristin Clark Consulting. She's going to tell us a little bit about what she does. Kristin, welcome to the show.
Melissa, always good to be with you.
So I know a lot about Kristin Clark Consulting because you've been a client of mine. You've helped me, you've helped my kids, all different kinds of things. But in your own words, tell us a little bit about what you do, but from the perspective of why. Why do you do what you do?
Absolutely. I work with 16 to 26-year-olds to help them figure out a career path. And I got into this work, Melissa, because when my boys were getting ready to think about college and what they wanted to do after high school, what I realized is all of the coaches that they were encountering at the schools, so the counselors, everybody was trying to just push them into college. And nobody was really trying to help them figure out what was going to make them happy adults. And I was like, that's just not right. You know, how can we help this generation find something that they love to do and not just kind of push them through the system? And I've seen so many adults. In fact, we know that 70% of adults don't really enjoy their jobs. And I think that's terrible. So my why is really to help people find something that they enjoy doing every day.
I love that. And when you think about networking, I think a lot of people also network because they're trying to find that thing, right? Or it's interesting to me when we go out networking how many people have like a day job, but they're actually networking because of something else they're trying to start. So do you find that, can you help those people as well? I mean, even if they don't fit your like 16 to 24.
I can. So many people come up to me and they're like, I wish I had you when I was thinking about this. Can you help me? And yes, it's all the same process. It's really thinking about what do you want from your life and what's going to make you happy. And as you know, because you've gone through this process, thinking about your strengths, your Clifton Strengths, which is the program that I use, and thinking about the activities that you like to do every day and that you're good at. And when you're doing those, you feel strong. And that's really what it ties to.
Yeah, I love that. So tell me how networking plays into your business, into starting your business, growing your business. How has networking been a part of that?
What I found, Melissa, is how I like to use networking is it's important for me to find a big group and to get very involved. So I need to, because of the nature of the work that I do, a small group and getting talking to the same people over and over and over again isn't helpful. So I try to find networking groups that I can meet lots of people in lots of different types of work. And then it's important for me in the way that I'm built to really get into the organization. So as you know, I'm part of your leadership team, and then I've got another group that I'm part of their board. So I know that I like to really dig in, and it helps me. So when I go to networking meetings, I'm part of the team.
Yeah, I love that. And we tell people that all the time. If you can get in front of the room by being part of leadership, being part of the board, even just helping volunteering at the different networking groups, it just gives you so much more visibility as well.
Yeah, and it's a comfort level for me. I like breaking into the groups and just knowing that I have something to say and that I've got, some inside knowledge. I know for me personally, I'm better at networking because I have that inside knowledge. I always have something to say. I'm not a big chit chatter usually, so it gives me like a purpose. And that's where, I find that I'm most comfortable.
I love that. So tell me what types of, when you go to networking groups, we always say there's a difference between networking and prospecting, and you're building those relationships. What do you look for in a group or in an event, or when you go there? What's your expectation when you arrive? What are you trying to get out of it?
I look for somebody that I can help. Whether that's the person sitting off to the side and not talking to somebody, or a lot of times I ask people, what's your biggest challenge right now that you're facing in your business? Because I like fixing things and I like brainstorming with people. So when I'm at networking, well, really whatever I'm doing, I like solving problems and taking action. So when I'm at networking, helping people solve those problems while I'm there, they are thankful, because we're having a great interaction and they remember who I am. So they walk away with, okay, I know who Kristin is. She helped me do this. And it's a memorable experience for them. Plus they want to come back.
Yeah, that's great. So you're building those relationships first, transactions second.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. What do you do? How do you respond to the transaction prospecting people at networking events? Because I know that happens. And so how do you kind of deal with that?
I usually take them off to the side because I want people to be successful, and I'll let them know. I'm like, hey, listen, come here. Let me tell you something. When you're out here and you're new at networking, handing your business card to everybody isn't going to get you what you need out of this experience. So I'm usually let me help you and let me get you integrated in the group. And I'm going to introduce you to a bunch of people that I think you need to know. So what do you do? And let me, kind of get you in the in-group so that we can, learn about your business and really, use networking the way it's supposed to be used.
Yeah.
More education.
More education. Yeah, I love that. So if you
know too, I think that's important. They don't know what they don't know. So helping them do this. And otherwise, the other part is, as a leadership person in networking, they're going to be the people that hand out their business card and never come back. And we want them to come back. We want them to be part of the group.
Yeah, because they're needed. And what they do is needed.
Absolutely, yeah, because we want them there.
I love that. So how do you feel? There's lots of different types of groups. There's some that are more social. There's some that have structure. There's some that have speakers that come in. There's some that are industry specific. What is your favorite?
I like getting stuff done, Melissa. So the social ones, I've got friends. I don't need any more. I say it this way, but I'm going to clarify. I don't need any more friends. However, when I'm at a networking group, if you become my friend, that makes me happy. But when I'm there, I'm much happier if I'm learning more about my business or learning how to be a better business person. So my happiness goes up when I feel like I've gotten there, I've learned something, I contributed. So those are, my happy place when I'm out networking, because I feel like I got something accomplished that day. And I feel like I'm at my best to make an impact and for people to get to know me and what I can do, just like I explained before.
I love that.
But I think that's important for people to understand too. That's not right for everybody. For somebody that is the shake hands, kiss babies, oh my gosh, do the social thing and be you, do what you need to do. It's just not my cup of tea.
I love that. So now let's switch gears and let's talk about, okay, you leave the events, because networking is not an event, it's actually a process. So tell me a little bit about what you do when you leave and how you follow up with people that you did meet.
For me, it's important to find the people that really want to partner with me. And I've met so many, Melissa, that don't get it, that I'm very choosy about who I'm going to spend some time with. And I'm not going to tell you I've got this down to a science yet, because, people sound like they're all excited and, oh yeah, let's do this. And I've met some really great partners to help with my business, but I'm very choosy, and they have to be a really good in alignment with what I do, so that we can bounce off each other, share clients, because they have like clients for me. That's really where I spend my time. I go back to, I don't need a bunch of friends. I don't need to sit down for an hour with you and have coffee and not have some type of relationship after that, as far as a business relationship, right? I'm much like you are in this whole idea of let's save time. We don't need to be chit-chatting, because I can do that over Zoom too if we want to take 15 minutes and just get to know each other a little bit. But no, I'm going to spend time with somebody that we can form a good relationship and do business together.
Yeah, I love that. And when you say do business together, it's not necessarily a transaction between the two of you. It might be a shared client. It might be a collaborative effort you do together. It might be a referral. one way or the other.
Yeah, like for me, I do very well with HR people because I've got a lady that helps me do resumes. I don't do resumes with my clients. So when I have somebody that needs that, in fact, I've worked her into one of my programs. So I'll help them decide what kind of career they want to do. And if they're in that market, then they work with her on the resume. And it's a great way for me to sell my package. The same with, I work with my friend Bobby on SAT and ACT testing. He's great at that. I don't want to touch that, So yeah, they're good complements to my business.
We call those strategic business alliances, where you kind of have the same target market, but you do different things. Who comes before what you do, who comes after what you do. And so I love that. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit and do a little rapid fire questioning. Okay, so just first thing that comes to mind when I ask a couple of questions. You ready?
Sure.
All right, so let's start with this one. What's one tool, app, or system that you use to manage your connections?
Oh, I'm not being very rapid fire here. The way I'm built, Melissa, I got to tell you, a lot of mine is up here because I told you I don't just pick anybody. If you're on my team, you're on my team. And you're in my phone and I'm reaching out and talking to you consistently. The other people, quite honestly, you're on my app because you're part of my networking group and that's it.
I love it. Now, but you do use ActiveCampaign, I think, for some contacts.
I do. I use that more so for my email drips, not necessarily for my networking.
Gotcha.
I do rely on the tools that I've already got.
Yeah, it's not the best for networking follow-up, is it?
No, it's not unless like if I think that's different. I think if I was in like mortgage or the people that sell you your homes. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I think if I was in that type of industry, it'd be different. But yeah, so.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. No, I love it. Okay, perfect. All right, let's do another one. Ready? All right. If you could give one piece of advice to someone that's brand new to networking, what would it be?
I like to go deep into a networking group. I'm not about just hitting 6 different networking groups, even though there's some overlap. I do like to have people see me over and over and over and over again, even though I told you I like those larger groups. It just feels better to me. And people get to know you over time.
Wonderful. I love that. And one more. Let's pick a fun one here. What's one common mistake that people make when they're networking?
It's that person that walks in and hands out their business card. That drives me crazy. That's a big one. Yeah. I think that's the biggest one, right? That's the biggest annoyance.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, it's that. And I think it's because of the intention. Like you feel like the motivation is because they're there to either get a client or get a referral.
Or there's another one. It's the person that sits and is on their phone and doesn't have a mission when they go there. Like they come there, they don't have I thought of another one. So they don't have a purpose when they get there, which I always talk to people. I'm like, come here with at least, I'm going to meet one new person or something, right? Or the person that gets up and does their 30 seconds and they take a minute and you're like, no, that's rude. You know, take your 30 seconds, have it practice, know what you want to say and be done. And think about it. I mean, you're at work. This is work. This isn't play. This is work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Come with intention. Yeah.
Yeah. Come with intention. I love that. Come with intention. I was actually in a networking group not too long ago, and they said, okay, you've got 30 seconds to tell us who you are and what you do. One person took almost 5 minutes. I kid you not.
It's so wrong. It's rude.
They didn't cut them off. Yeah. And I was like, can you cut this person off? Like, it's just too much. It's just too much. The organizer didn't have a good handle on that. So I like well organized. That's my thing. I'd like them to be well organized.
And 2, as organizers, get them in, get them out on time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And provide value. Value. All right. So that's wonderful. Okay. So now, lastly, just tell me a little bit about when you are out. So you've mentioned a couple of different things for strategic business alliances. You've mentioned resume writers, people that help with ACT, SAT prep. What other types of people are you out kind of looking for to build those alliances with?
Anybody that talks to a 16 to 26-year-old. It's interesting. I have talked to a lot of college prep people, and they don't necessarily, sometimes they see me as competition instead of really looking at me as I do something completely different, as well as financial professionals, because if you're sending your child off to college and it's taking them 5.5 years to get through college, guess what parents are doing? They're taking that out of their retirement and savings. So financial people, I'm meeting with a insurance person tomorrow. She gets it. It's so interesting to find the people that get it, and understand it. And believe it or not, I have a really good friend that's a realtor that, they're meeting with families coming into the community, and she's a client of mine, her son, actually both her sons, and she's talked about me as well. So it's really just the people that understand how important this is that will talk about me. But it's, but I think the financial planners are really a great community as well.
Yeah, I love that. Now, you've been a member of Network Build Grow, I think, since we started. I think you're one of the founding members, as well as you're on the leadership team. Tell us a little bit about what you like about Network Build Grow and why you've stuck with it for so many years.
The importance to me is we are in a group that wants you to succeed. The whole group is very in tune with improving our business. And nobody's afraid of saying, you just said something, Kristin, that doesn't make sense, or, oh, I love what you just said, help me. And everybody's in there to raise everybody else up. So just that feeling of community, and, nobody's competing. Everybody's like just wanting to help. That's why I keep coming back. And, I love the huddles where we're in doing the masterminding. I've been in your Grow program for a long time. And in that too, where, I've listened to you say the same things over and over and over for 5 years, but every time I walk out with something that I go, oh yes, I did that a year ago, but guess what? Things have changed. And now I need to do something else in that particular subject. So there's never a time that I'm not growing and changing and doing something new.
I love that. And we all are growing and changing. And if we're not, we should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because we don't all have it figured out all the time about everything.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a lot about business being, we all started our business because we love what we do. But I'm terrible at bookkeeping. I'm not that great at this. I'm not that great at that. And that's what I love about our community is we can come together. We can ask those questions to the people who are good at those things.
Well, and sometimes too, in your business, you're just not ready for something yet. Mm-hmm. And the next time we have a discussion about that, it's something I'm ready for now. And I can go, yeah, I've got time. It's the right timing for me to actually do it. And I've got the capacity. So yeah, let's tackle that now. So yeah, there's always, the timing's right.
Yeah, the timing's right. I love that. Okay. Well, we are so excited that you are a part of Network Build Grow. We hope that you stick with us for a long, long, long time. We just love having you in the community. And thank you so much for having this time with me today.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of the Network Build Grow podcast. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow entrepreneur or professional. And of course, if you're not yet part of our community, visit networkbuildgrow.com to connect with us. Until next time, keep building and keep growing.